Guess what? I'm here for a vinyl finds of all kinds video, and that's something that's been way long in coming. As I've said many times in my videos, my live streams, I've said I'm really pretty much done collecting vinyl on any big, large scale. You know, I was a vinyl collector. I started this channel 14 years ago because I had a vinyl collecting channel. That's the first thing I got into. But the last vinyl finds of all kinds video that I made was, by my calculation, 7 months ago. 7 months ago. And that video only showed one vinyl record, and it showed some CDs in there too, and I think a Blu-ray as well. So even that was kind of cheating. But since that time, I've accrued some vinyl because there's still going to be vinyl bought by me occasionally. But as you can see, if you look into my playlist for vinyl finds of all kinds, they're few and far between when it comes to non-Beatles related items. Beatles related items, I still collect vinyl, and you can see those items when you look at my videos that are about Beatles stuff, you know. All right, anyway, let's start with this. This is a 45 picture sleeve that I got some time ago. This is Sonny and Cher, Love is Strange. This is when they were called Caesar and Cleo, and I thought this is kind of interesting, and I bought it just because of the novelty of that. And this is something I bought months ago, months. And there's the reprise record label of the 45. I still love collecting 45s, but there's not much that I want anymore or need. But if I see anything, I'll pick it up. Some time ago, I picked this up too. I wanted this for a long time. This is, I believe, an original first press of this album, Chuck Berry, After School Session. And it's in pretty good shape, but not perfect shape. If it was in perfect shape, I wouldn't have been able to afford it. I paid, I prayed a little bit too. No, I paid a pretty penny, is what I'm trying to say here, for this, but not as much as it could have been. It's not perfect. The spine, for example, as you can see, it's partially intact there. But over there, it's kind of messed up. But that's really what brought the value down to this one. But the way I look at it, when you take a clear outer sleeve like this, and you put an album like this into an outer sleeve, you never have to worry about that for the rest of your life. That's the way it stays. And I don't put the record in either. The record stays in the back of this one. Whenever I have an old 50s album, something where it's split like that, I don't endanger it even further by sticking this in there. I don't wedge it in there. I kind of like put it down the back. And anyway, let's take a look at this. These old records, this is on black chess. These old records, they still sound great. It's funny. This is in pretty decent shape, considering its age, you know. And I played this all the way through. I played it, in fact, at the record store where I bought it. And if you look at it, there's some minor visible scuffs and things on it, but these old records, a lot of you will attest to this, they still sound great. Today's records, you buy something from 2026 on vinyl, and put this right in the back. You buy something today, 2026 on vinyl, and right out of the wrapper, it starts making pops and skips and snaps and crackles and God knows what else. All right, here's something that I picked up. It was only $8. It's Hermits, their greatest hits, and this is something else I haven't been bothering with. Much colored vinyl. I really don't, you know, I don't buy colored vinyl much anymore. But this one was so beautiful. I'll tell you, I went to the store and I had this in my hands about 4 different trips. 4 different trips to the store, I had this in my hand. And finally, I decided it's just too beautiful. I want to have it. I love Herman's Hermits. This is a record that I will play, I'm sure, because I love it. And look at that. That is really nice, clear vinyl. When they say clear, they're not fooling around. You could really see right through that. So that's really nice. And the reason that it took me 4 different trips to decide to actually pick it up, it's only $8, is because Again, I'm trying not to really collect this stuff, so why do I need it? But hey, I still have a little bit of the collector in me, right? Okay, let's see what else we've got here. This is something I've already shown, I'm sure, a record store day. I picked this up, Joan, Jett, and the Blackhearts, live at the Ritz in New York City in 1981. I was a big Joan Jett fan in the 80s, and even into the early 90s. And it's on Blackheart Records. That's their label, Blackheart Records. And this also came with a replica. I won't take it out. I put it in the back there. A replica of the concert ticket from back in the day in 1981. It's a replica. Okay, now, the next albums I'm going to show you were all $1 a piece. $1. So, for $3, I was able to get these 3 records. I just handed the guy $3 cash and took these 3 home. It's not always a question of whether I don't know, I'm going to play them or not, but there's still things I collect, like this, for example. Charlton Heston reads the Bible in the beginning. You know, I'm a fan. Charlton Heston's my favorite actor. And interestingly, on the Vanguard label, for $1, I mean, this looks like it was never, ever played. I mean, that's how mint that looks. And yeah, you have one of these. I think they call these bullet sleeves, I think. They're a little annoying when you're trying to get the record back into them. But like I said, these are the very kind of records I'm trying to avoid, because like I say, even though they're cheap, this was $1 each for these next 3. The question is, am I going to play it? Probably not. Will I look at it from time to time? Yes, I will. But, you know, I collect movie stuff, actors, actresses, and I'm a big fan of this actor, so why not? Now, there's another one I got, was in the same collection. Let me take this one out. Charlton Heston reads Out of Egypt. This one I did buy. I bought this years ago. I have this, but the question is it as mint as this? I don't think so. This is the same label, just as mint. Vanguard, red Vanguard. Never played. Now, I am a fan of horror movies, and that includes Basil Rathbone, who was Sherlock Holmes as well. And Basil Rathbone reads this Edgar Allan Poe. So we have another one, somebody else reading. Yeah, here. Edgar Allan Poe reads Basil Rathbone. Am I going to edit this? I will not. Okay. So we got Basil Rathbone reads Edgar Allan Poe. I'm not going to fix it. Yeah. So he reads, let's see, Masque of the Red Death, Alone, The City in the Sea, The Black Cat, The Raven. And let's see what this label is, shall we? This is a red label also. It's Camden label. And there you have it, folks. Now, if you sign off here, fine. If those that want to stick around for just a moment or so, like I said, some of you may well be asking, because I can anticipate what some of you, after years of doing this, are going to think or say. You might say, he says he's not collecting vinyl anymore. Okay, fine. But this is the vinyl he's buying? What can I tell you? You go where your heart is. You go what floats your boat at the time. These are things I like to have. There's records that, for whatever reason, I still want to keep anyway. And I want to have, for whatever reason. They're nice, okay? Talk soon.